Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Midday Market Update. My name is Glenn Tompkins, Senior Instructor here at VectorVest. Glad to have you all here. Glad that you guys spend some time out of your day to spend with us. As you know, for the month of March, we will be doing, as you see, a midday market on Mondays and Wednesdays for the month of March. And we'll see what the numbers look like. If the numbers look real good, maybe we'll think about keeping it. If not, we'll try something else new. I also want to say thank you to Joey. Look at my new background. Joey just putting some stuff together to make the experience here a great one for you guys. So if you can hear me loud and clear right now, I want you to type VV Nation in the room and let me know where you're tuning in from. So Joey is my producer. He does a lot of great stuff. We don't always agree on everything because he's not always right. I am. And he'll say he's got something to say about that. But nonetheless, he comes up with a lot of great ideas, and I love this setup that he's got right here as well. If you're brand new to the channel, by all means, please hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to the channel. We'd love to have you as part of VV Nation. Don't forget, once you've done that, to hit the bell icon so you'll be alerted when new stuff like this comes out. When anything we do goes live, you will be alerted and we'll let you know what's going on. And also with that, if you like what you see here, you like the content, don't forget to hit the like button. Between Joey and I, we put a lot of work into trying to bring good content to you guys on an ongoing basis. So let us know that you like that. I've got Kobe from Israel. Man, I love that we've got people. Oh, we can't see it here, Joey? Okay, he's going to do that. All right. Let's see. I got Lima Charlie, loud and clear. That's because I'm a Marine. From Tampa, live, VV, North Carolina for Tanza Babe. Awesome. Way to go, Joey. What's up, Glenn? I do like what Joey put up there. VV Nation, Michigan. You know I'm a Michigan Wolverine fan. You've seen me with my Michigan cup. Let's see. From Bourbon. Bruce, what did you type? Oh, my goodness. Maureen McKesson, California. I don't know where that is. Let's go see. VV Nation from Belgium. There we go. I've got Belgium here as well. Mississippi. You know I like me some Mississippi. I like me some New Orleans. Leave it up there. Okay. You know, I got one up there. Do I need to do another one? Joey is working on it so I can get that set up. All right. And so you know I like me some Mississippi. Let's see, San Leandro, California, Long Island, of course, Jay, Atlanta, New York, New York. You know I'm a New Yorker. How you doing? Forget about it. Go Green, go Sparties. Oh, I got somebody here from Michigan as well, but looking at Michigan State instead of Michigan. 5-wheel drive. I got you, man. Tell him to sell all the rallies, Glenn. Nope, I'm not doing that. I can take that off now, Joey. So I'm not, listen, I'm not all about, buy the dips, sell the rallies, all that kind of stuff. I just want you guys to know what's going on in the market so that you guys can make the right decisions. Why? Because we do the work, you reap the rewards. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. I've also got Etan, who's here every session here from Israel as well. So I got Kobe and now Etan, both from Israel, and Adam is here from Jersey. All right. So with this nice little setup that we've got right here, I think that Joey has brought the more pertinent things that we want to look at from midday market perspective. We've got our traffic light into the market. Even with the big update, and you hear me say this over and over again, one day doesn't make a trend. You'll notice that we still do not advocate buying stocks at this time. Now, does that mean for those of you who are a little bit more aggressive that we're telling you not to buy stocks today? The answer to that question is no. If you, as a more aggressive trader, find some trades to take advantage of, by all means, folks, you can do so. But our guidance is more broad in what we tell people to do. It's not advice. It is guidance based on the analysis in the VectorVest software. And as of right now, we're saying that we still do not advocate buying stocks right now. A lot of red in the color guard, a lot of yellow. This is the time to just sit and let the market come to you. One day doesn't make a trend. Talking about one day, all of the major indices are up today. today. Look at this. The Dow is up 2%. The NASDAQ up a whopping 3.25% right now. The S&P up 2.6%, and our very own VectorVest composite up about 2.5% as well. So all of a big rebound today. Does that mean you back up the truck? The answer to that is not to back up the truck. VV Nation Belgium does not like the moving background. Well, I love the music. Well, Joey, that could be a thing. It could be a medical thing. Do you ever think about that? I didn't think about that till right now. All right. So Adam says, huh?
That's why I slowed them down.
Okay. I got you. Joey does slow him down a lot. Glenn, you know my feeling. I tweet with you. That's right. I do put a lot of stuff on Twitter that I don't always have the time to do here. If you ever want to follow me on social media, go search for @GlennTompkins Jr. on either Twitter or Instagram and add me. Follow me. Are you live from space in the background? No. Ooh, I'm up in space. And then that would be, no, I'm not. All right. So keeping all of that in mind, don't forget you mentioned you just had a birthday and turned 30. No, I didn't turn 30. I turned double nickel. 55. I just turned 55 on Sunday. All right. So as we look at what's going on, you always know that I like from the homepage of the VectorVest software to start to be able to look and see where the money is going on any given day. So the market is up today. Petroleum is taking a hit. All right. So a lot of people in the room have always stated or have already stated that they feel that oil has been overbought. Well, we look at what's going on. Yesterday, we officially banned oil coming out of Russia. We are looking to Venezuela, another authoritarian place, to get oil. And is it going to make it better? Does it help to alleviate some of the oil that we got from Russia? And I was looking at the numbers. Of how much oil we actually take in from Russia. And unless somebody can tell me different, it looked like we got 3% of our oil from Russia. Can somebody, and I've been looking and scouring, but it looks like we get over 50% of our oil from Canada. All right. So yes, we banned Russian oil, but it didn't seem like we got a ton of oil, that we got a ton of oil from Russia. Can anybody back me up on that? And again, I was doing a lot of research to see if that number or if those numbers were correct. But if it's not hurting us as much as taking in their oil, it will affect the EU, where they get the majority of their oil and gas from Russia. All right, so if anybody can tell me different, by all means, let me know. But that's the information that I got in regards to how much oil we got from Russia. Now, before we get started, if you guys really, really, really like what we do here on our Trending Thursdays, this is Midday Market. There we go. Mark says, I read about 8% of oil from Russia. All right. And so did Pat, said the same thing. 8% from Russia is what I've seen. Jim says, I'm right. Oil is going to 150. Listen, you know me, I'm not speculating where oil is going to go, but if the prices keep running, oil can definitely go higher than where it is right now. Most oil goes to Europe. That's where I thought, and that's what my analysis, that's what my stuff showed me, is that it's the EU who's going to be affected the most by the ban on oil, not nearly as much. And I think we did it as a form of solidarity for Ukraine. That's what it looks like. Russia, what does it say? Russia crude accounts for only 3% of U.S. crude oil. And that's the numbers that I saw, Jay. That's the numbers that I saw. But even if it's going up, less than 10%, like Nihal says, I don't think that it was that big of a deal. We still have the Keystone Pipeline going all the way from Canada down to Texas. And a lot of people keep saying that the Keystone Pipeline is shut down. It ain't shut down. The XL version of it that actually would have given us a lot more oil, there was another a piece of it that would have given us a lot more oil, got shut down. But I keep seeing that a lot. Well, the pipeline is shut. It ain't shut down. We still get the oil coming from Canada all the way down to Texas. But the XL would have given us more output of oil to help us to be oil independent. That's what it is. Wrong, not 3%. It's 8 to 10%. All right, nonetheless, as we look at this, it wasn't nearly as much as I thought it was. Oil transport companies may be benefiting. You know who else is benefiting? The oil companies. As oil prices go up, the oil companies are still making a lot of money. And in the video that I did yesterday with EVs, and I said that the oil issue that we have going on right now with the high gas prices, we're making people think about moving over to EVs. I got a lot of great discussion over there. Keep it up. If you haven't watched the video on how oil could possibly be the catalyst to moving over to EVs, by all means, please watch it. It's on our YouTube channel. And if you've got something to put in there, as long as it's not political, as long as you got something to put in there, by all means, please do so. If we ban oil companies from buying Russia, they may also sell to the EU. You know, and could that help to offset the loss, of oil from Russia to the EU? All right, so I'm putting that out there. And you know, Ravi, Biden should approve the extension of the pipeline. That becomes a little bit more political. I've got my own feelings on that when it comes down to that. But I totally hear you. I wanted to address that a lot of people keep saying that the pipeline was shut down, and it's not. All right. What I was getting ready to say is if everyone in the room can share this with somebody that they know, let's get more people into the room. All right, let's try to make that happen if you can. All right, let's get into my news. What news is moving the market? And here's the news of the day. The Dow rebounds 600 points as a rally in commodity prices driven by Ukraine conflict cools off. Well, commodity prices. We're looking at wheat. I was in wheat. I took a profit on that. I took that off because it started getting hit. I'm still in a couple of oil stocks. I think I'm in SJT still, San Juan Basin. I think that I'm still in that. I'm in another oil stock, I think. I'm going to see how this plays out because one day does not make a trend. John says, I'm not buying an EV because I don't drive as much as I used to. I totally hear that. But when I made that video, folks, it's because just listening around, just in personal engagement with people are seriously thinking about it. I filled up my Passat this morning. And Joey, I didn't tell you this, but I told everybody over here, I didn't tell you this, but I went and it's a 16-gallon tank. I put premium in there. 14 and a half gallons was $71. That's a lot of money. All right. And that's a lot of money. And I'm thinking that thinking will have people at least thinking about EVs. That's the reason why I put out the video yesterday. I am not driving anyone to the point of telling you, hey, go buy an electric vehicle. That wasn't the goal. I was saying that, and I hopefully you guys just picked up on that. It was just that people are thinking about it. Oil prices, gas prices will make people think about it. That's all that was all about. Now, on the other side, how about this? Steel is going up today. Steel prices set for an upturn on war-led supply crunch. That came out today. All right, so keep your eyes on steel. I still think that as long as oil is going up, oil prices and gas prices go up, oil companies will still make money. But guess what? They can't go up all the time, right? Nothing goes up forever. And I think that's at some point in time, it's going to get to a point of being overbought. A lot of people already here are saying that. It's going to get to that point if it's not already there. Mark says, Roger posted a graph in VV Nation Facebook page of oil prices increase that were going up long before and are not related to Ukraine. All right, I got you. And a lot of people think that oil prices were going up just because of Ukraine, because of inflation and rising prices just in general. Oil was already on the rise prior to Ukraine. So you're absolutely right. Why use premium gasoline? 92% of the cars don't need premium because it's a Passat. I like it. and I want to keep it as longer as I can, and it's good for the engine. So, you know something, I can complain about it, but I'll pay it. That's just me. Now, on my Excursion, that goes with regular gasoline. That's a 40-gallon tank, so it's a little different. That goes with regular gasoline. But my Passat, it's a Volkswagen, and I think it's better for the engine. So that's why, Bo. That's why. Nothing wrong. That's just me. I would consider buying a hybrid. I want all the options in case of unforeseen circumstances. That may not be a bad idea. Have gas and electric. That's still, and probably less expensive than just an all-electric car, right? Think about that. So I hear you on that. All right. So my next story is talking about some stocks that have made news. All right. So let me get back into the software. I'm going to go to my viewers tab, and I'm going to go to look at what's going on with the major indices today. The VIX is down. The VIX is down today, so that means there's less fear in the market, right? Less fear in the market, but it's still above the value of 20. There's still a lot of volatility in the market. So the volatility still exists. I was playing UVXY. I got out of that trade today. Russell, low dollar stocks or low cap stocks on the move today, because as the market's rebounding, people are getting into the more riskier stocks because they feel comfortable with that. And there's nothing wrong with that. That means these stocks are taking advantage of an update, but one day doesn't make a trend. Here's my stocks that made the big news today. I've got a listing of only 5 stocks that I wanted to take a look at today. Hudson, McDonald's, I'll tell you why. Campbell's Soup, I'll tell you why. Bumble, I'll tell you why. And Kano Health. These are my stocks that made the news today. If I get back into the software, get back into the news, let's go take a look at why I showed these. BMO upgrades Bumble to outperform forecast. The dating stock can surge nearly 200%. Now, of course, this is an opinion piece, all right, published today, and that's enough to push the stock up higher. Now, I thought that they missed earnings. I think that they missed earnings, but they got upgraded. I had to double check that. All right, but that's a good pushing the stock higher today. Kano, is a Third Point reports it's picking up a bigger stake in the company, 6.7% stake in Kano Health. That's enough to push the stock's price higher today. Hudson Technology reports record fourth quarter and year-end 2021 results. That's enough to push the stock's price higher today. And this is big. I've got a listing, and it grew over the last couple of days, of the stocks or the companies that are pulling out of Russia. McDonald's is one of them. McDonald's says that the Russia store closures to cost $50 million per month. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money in some solidarity for Ukraine and pulling out of that's huge. And I've made mention that all of these American companies are willing to affect the bottom line by way of pulling their businesses out of Russia. That's huge. So they may not be fighting, but they're feeling the pain of the fight by, now, $50 million, a lot of you will say, well, they make a lot more money than that. They probably do, but $50 million is $50 million. All right? $50 million is $50 million, so it is what it is. And then my other one was Campbell's. Campbell's Soup sales fall on labor. So there's still companies that are feeling the effect of not being able to get people to work. So they fell on labor supply constraints. So ships are still in ports, still not able to get into the docks. So we still got issues on supplies, on getting stuff, especially still in the chip field for cars and stuff, but falling on labor as well. So those are the stories, the stocks that are making the big news. Now, there's another one. How many McFlurious? I like that. Williams says McDonald's is McFlurious with Russia. I got you. Bumble, another millennial garbage company, in your opinion. And you know something? I'll accept everybody's opinion unless it's political. I'll take anybody's opinion in regards to, what you feel, and you're entitled. You're an investor, and you've done your work. You've done your due diligence. You should be just fine. And I told that. Trade a Big Mac for oil. I got you. A Big Mac for oil. I got you. All right, so now something else. How many of you All right, and this is going to get, I want to see where your head's at. How many of you think that all of this still is a catalyst for crypto to go higher? Push a 1. If you don't think that all of this is a catalyst for crypto to go higher, type a 2. All right, because the next story is coming up in a second. So I want to know where your heads are. How many of you think that all of this that's going on between Russia and Ukraine is a catalyst to make crypto go higher? And for those of you who don't think that it's a catalyst to make crypto go higher, type a 2. Let me know. Give you a moment while I drink a little bit of my Cafe Bustelo. Let me clear my throat. So I should see the room fill up. I should see the room fill up with 1s or 2s. With 1s or 2s. All right. 2, but I'm still playing it. I hear you, Mark. I've got some crypto stocks that I got just tucked away, sitting pretty much in a shoebox, and not a lot of money put in. I think it's like $1,500 in it, and I'm in all kinds of crypto. We'll see what happens. So there's a mixture in the room between 1 and 2s. All right, there's a mixture in the room. So the reason why I asked this is because of my next story. Biden orders the government to study the digital dollar, other cryptocurrency risks. So now the government is actually taking a foot forward in looking at this in more. There you go. There you go, Ron. This is why I asked the question. Ron knew where I was going. Biden announced he'll look into regulating crypto today. And the interesting thing about that is if the government can get their hands on it and get some money out of it, that could push crypto into being real a little quicker. All right. And then because of that, Bitcoin rallies after Biden signs an executive order on digital assets. So if anybody is trading crypto, and I ask the question, do you think it's a catalyst to push it higher? I will tell you this. So I go to CoinMarketCap, where I can look at my own watch list of crypto stocks. This is my own watch list out of all the crypto stocks that are out there, coins and crypto coins and blockchains and miners and all of that. I've got them. I went through and I picked out the ones that I really liked. And I'm looking over the last hour and the last 24 hours. Look at all this green. Look at this, all this green across the board. All this green. So the news that our government is looking into crypto is at least pushing it higher. All right, is at least pushing it higher. So I don't know if this is a full-blown catalyst to push crypto higher. Not 100% sure. We'll take a look at it. We'll take a look. But if nothing else, I want you to at least keep your eyes on it. I want you to keep your eyes on it. Bitcoin, which is the biggest mover or the biggest coin in the whole crypto space, 9.66% in the last 24 hours, up about 0.6% today. So I still see the 1s and the 2s coming in. Again, my job is just to bring the news to you. My job is just to bring the news to you and see where you guys sit, where this goes. All right. So let me get back. And those are all of the stocks that are making the news. As I mentioned, looking all the way through Hudson, through McDonald's, how they're being affected. But notice that all of the stocks that made my news story, my news board today, all of them are up today. All of them are up today, which I think is a good thing, right? Let's go take a look at the top 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, the ones that are moving up the most. Even though Campbell missed, they're moving up today. Let's view the stock graph. Let's move and we're going to look at it all intraday. We're going to look at them all intraday, and we're going to use what? The quad thingy. Let's go look at the quad thingy. And because this is midday, we don't look at anything end of day here. We don't look at anything end of day here. Now, Carson says VectorVest should create a VV crypto index to track crypto prices. And we're going to talk a little bit about that in a second, Carson. We're going to talk a little bit about that in a second. I'm going to clear this out because I've got a watch list of our crypto, the stocks that we track for crypto for you already in the software. Energy says the intention of most cryptocurrencies from their start is conflicting. They wanted nothing to do with government involvement. That's true. They did not. But I think in order to move them from where they are to where they wanted to be, Energy, unfortunately, is going to be government intervention. That's what I think. That's what I think. Roxana says, I'm just tuning in a bit late. Happy birthday, Glenn. I'm glad to see the expansion of the midday market update. Thank you for that, Roxana. And keep in mind, right now, it's only for the month of March. If the numbers look good, we'll keep it, possibly. But if not, we'll try something next month on Wednesdays. We'll try to maybe do something different. So Bumble, nice bump out of the gate, pulling back from the session highs this afternoon so far. Kano, nice bump out of the gate, pull back, might have found a level of support. You know me, I'm looking at the 3 and the 8 exponential moving averages. I see a support level of sitting at $5.98. Could look like it's bouncing. I'd like to see it take out its highs before I jump on board. Now, Hudson also jumped out of the gate. Nice, I don't know where that level of support came from, taking that off. Nice little sideways move, but notice I've got a level of resistance at 526, and it's having a hard time breaking above that. Michael, CYH, just to let you know, is going to be possibly one of the stocks that I do on Friday. On Friday, just in case you didn't know, I am doing something called a viewer's choice video where stocks that you guys have been putting into the comments for me to take a look at. If I can make stories on those stocks, Friday, I'm going to bring up 5 of your stocks that you've given me throughout the week. All right, so CYH may be a part of that. I don't know yet. All right, Hudson, I would like to see it take out. If it takes out that level of resistance on good volume, I'd like that. Campbell, though, on the other hand, has been a little bit more choppy, a little bit more volatile in its move up and down, up and down. Right now, pulling back off of a level of resistance, sitting at the value of $43.50, pulling back. So Hudson, I like if it can take out the high. Kano, I like if it can take out the high. And Bumble did nice this morning based on that upgrade, but like to see if it can take out that high as well. No, Jay, I am not looking at Elfin. Elfin, you can't even look at it anymore. Volta is a stock that you want me to look at. VLTA. Again, I've already got my 5 stocks for Friday, but I still want to keep going on with your stocks. So don't be afraid to let me know what stocks you want to look at. Bo, we'll address that. Should buy crypto stock or cryptocurrency for safety. Zolfikar, hopefully I said that right. You're asking, should you buy a crypto stock or cryptocurrency for safety? The choice is yours. I don't mind crypto stocks. We don't track the actual currencies, which is why I brought up CoinMarketCap, so I could see what the actual cryptocurrencies were doing. We don't track foreign exchange, nor do we track cryptocurrency. But we do have a cryptocurrency watch list of stocks, and we're going to talk about that a little bit today. All right, so these were the stocks that were making the news. And in regards to that, I'm not ready to do that yet. I was going to do something else. So 4 out of the 5 that were moving up, we took a look at their graphs. A couple of them I liked, but they need to break through those levels of resistance before I pull the trigger on them. All right, next thing, earnings this week. Oh, before I do earnings this week, we did the information on what was going on in the market. What we didn't do is look at all of the indices. I didn't do that. So a big update today. All of the major indices are moving in tandem together. Our VectorVest composite just recently coming off of a high. The spiders hitting a new high about 5-10 minutes ago. The Dow hitting a new high intraday over the last 5 minutes or so. And the Qs over the last half an hour, I've been hitting a new high. So yes, the market is moving up. And notice that the projected move is not like just gangbusters up, it's steadily moving higher. So that's why the IWM was up, the lower dollar stocks, the risk on stocks, people were getting on board with a good trading day today. Today is more of a trading day. This is not to load up on your long-term positions. This is a trading day because one day doesn't make a trend. Why is Biden doing about Bitcoin in the news? Why is Biden? You mean, what is he doing? The story is in regards to he's looking into Bitcoin. So it was a newsworthy story to show that crypto was starting to become on the rise. So that's what and a couple of days ago, I showed you just how bad crypto was, right? Crypto in our database was one of the worst industries in the database. No, what was that? Wasn't crypto. That was the EVs. Crypto, though, is not the best. Hey, can somebody do me a favor? Look in the software and tell me what number industry crypto is. All right, without me having it. Actually, I can do it real quick. I can do it. Let's go to the viewers tab. Let's go down to the industry viewer. And again, you know something? I want to show you just how easily you can do this in the VectorVest software. I'm going to pull up our industry viewer, which is sorted by RT, So the fastest moving industries are at the top of the list. Now, where is crypto? It's under financial. It's under financial, it's under industries, financial, and I'm going to go find financial cryptocurrencies, EFG, financial crypto stocks right here. Now, there it is. So EVs were towards the bottom of the list, and guess what, folks? Crypto stocks are the worst industry in the database. All right, the worst industry in the database. So why do I bring that up? Because the movement of the government towards looking into it could start to move the industry. That's why I'm talking about it. Is Maro a crypto investment? Yes, it is. It's one of those crypto stocks. You skipped my message about teaching 2 generations of what a real stock market and a Fed look like. I didn't skip it. I probably didn't see it. And I'm what a real market. What do you denote as a real market? I think the markets are as real as the time is. All right. The markets reflect what the times are. So I'm not saying that the market back a few years ago is any different than the market that it is right now. And you're right. The Keystone shut down 900 barrels a day. I ain't getting into that. And unless you can show me, the Keystone is still running. The XL is not. The XL is not. And it was still in the building stages. All right. It was never fully built. All right. Boom. Avoid crypto, young Padawans. No, I'm not going to tell them that because you never know. I ain't going to tell them that. I'm just telling you right now, it is the worst industry in the software. All right, let me go back to my watch list. So the purpose of going through that is I wanted to show you how quickly you could, within the VectorVest software, show what industries were doing the best and what industry in particular you were looking for, where it sat in the full 222 industries that we had. All right, that was the purpose of that. All right, earnings this week. So I'm looking at earnings today. On Mondays at Midday Market, I look at earnings, try to look at it all the way up through Friday. These are earnings today. That are coming out. We already know that Campbell came out already. But notice that all of the stocks that have earnings today, whether they've come out or not, look at them. They're all, for the most part, with the exception of the retail stock for Child Place. That is a retail stock. Let's go auto fit all of these. And I try to look at the names. There's a lot more stocks reporting today. I try to look at the names that most people know. All right, that's the hard part. Going through the list of the over 200 stocks or so that are reporting to find the big names. All right, so Zim is a shipping company. Shipping has been on the move. Costamare Fossil retail stock, Thor Industries, Express retail stocks, a drug company, Campbell Soup's CrowdStrike, which is, how many of you saw the video that I put out about cyber war? I'm telling you, this is something you got to keep your eyes on, because as Russia gets backed up, or frustrated, I should say not backed up, but frustrated with what's going on, I'm thinking that cyber war is going to be on the rise. How many of you saw it? Type a 1 in the room. How many of you saw the video that I did on cyber war? Type a 1. If you did not see it, type a 2 in the room. All right, just curious to know. Adam says, where you don't just throw a dart and make money, you have to do the real work. That's what I mean by Glenn teaching young people. Oh, I got you. Well, it doesn't matter if you were in the market a few years ago or in the market now. It's always about doing your due diligence, folks, no matter what. And whether you're in here new to the market or not, doing the due diligence is what it's all about, and that's why the tool like VectorVest is expressly in business for the purposes of teaching you or giving you the tools to do your homework. All right, so cyber war is going to be on the rise. I really think so. And some of these cyber stocks that you saw in the video are stocks that you want to keep your eyes on. All right, you'll never ever hear me say, go buy this stock or sell this stock. My job is to educate you on the analysis that the VectorVest software has to bring to the table for you. In case you missed the video, Joey put a link in there for that video. For anybody who typed a 2 in the room, there's the link for it. And it's a part 1 and a part 2 on cyber war stocks. So if you hadn't watched it, please do. Please go and saw it. Because I saw them, but I don't remember. All right, I got you. Thank you for that, Joey. All right, so here's the stocks with the earnings this week. Let's go see which ones are moving up the most today. Let's go pay attention to those. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go out the door. Let's go view the stock graph. Let's bring that up, and let's go bring this onto the quad thingy. Let's bring up all 4 of them. So either earnings have come out on these stocks today or earnings will be coming out on these stocks today. And as I look at them, Fossil, another gap up, another stock that gapped up this morning. Remember, a lot of stocks probably gapped up nicely with the big open this morning, but Fossil still at session highs today, just pulling back at a level of resistance. Zim, the shipping company, don't know if they reported or not yet, but look at the gap up, but look at the pullback. The stock is trending lower from its high. CrowdStrike, again, software security, one of the best stocks in this space. Something to keep your eyes on. And again, if you get a ramp up in cyber hacking from Russia, these are stocks that you want to keep your eyes on. Now, Thor looked good from the morning, fell back down, went back up, falling. Thor is not making me feel warm and fuzzy all over. But I do like Fossil trading at session highs. I do like CrowdStrike trading at session highs. And there you go. All right, so for everyone who typed a 2 in the room who didn't watch the cyber war videos, there's 2 of them. Again, Joey put the link in there. You said Zim reported? Lou, if they report it, I don't think the investors like the report. It looks, if that's the case, because the stock jumped up this morning with the rest of the market, but since then it's pulled down. I'm thinking that they might have missed or the guidance wasn't there. Thank you for that, Lou. I appreciate that. So Lou said that Zim already reported. I appreciate that. All right, so these were the stocks that were reporting today. I looked at the 4 biggest movers, and we'll go from there. All right, before I go on to my next story, which is the fastest sectors, I want to let you know we are not sponsored by anybody, but all of the analysis that you're looking at that I'm doing here on the fly in this live stream, you're able to do as well. 99 cents gets you a 30-day trial to the VectorVest software. You go to that link at the top right up there. You go to that, dang it, there you go. You go to that link right there. All right, www.vectorvest.com/YT for YouTube. 99 cents gets you 30 days access to everything that I'm showing here on the screen. All right, so the fastest moving sectors, let's go to the Unisearch tool. Let's bring up Delta Search's sectors. And what I always like to look at our indicator RT, because you can't do this anyplace else. You can only do this in the VectorVest software where we can see by relative timing. the short-term price trend of the sector, which sectors have gone up by relative timing, and I like looking at the last 2 trading weeks or 10 days. So I'll double click, and as of 12:39 p.m., we can see what the best sectors are over the last 10 days by way of RT. And I'm going to show you the top 5. Energy, 74%. Pollution control, up 27%. All of these are by RT. Software, 22%. Drug, 20%. Mining, 18.95%. That's huge. And then you can also see in a ranking of 40 sectors where these sit. So energy is still up there. Let's right click. Let's view the stocks in that sector. I'm going to bring up the top 5 stocks for you in a second in the sector as of right now by our VST ranking. Which ones are going up today? Daco Energy, even on the day where petroleum is getting affected adversely. How about Daco Energy is still up today, pushing almost 4%. I can right click, view the stock graph. Let's see if it's worth it to get into today. Look at that. Nice move. A little bit of topsy-turviosity. That is a Glenism. Coming out of today. Would I look at buying it today? The 3 and the 8 are still bullish right now. I'd look at going 12 cents higher than that level of the resistance level today of 53.58, along with good volume. Kosh says, why are stocks and mining stocks down? Profit taking, do you have any steam left or get out? So, you know something, a lot of the oil stocks and energy stocks and mining stocks were on the run because of, well, oil was on the run prior to Ukraine and Russia, but it gained some momentum during the time that the war started. All right, mining, the same kind of thing. Mining was already on the rise prior to the war. Oil was on the rise prior to the war. Both of these sectors or industries have been rising. At some point in time, they got to take a reprieve, Kosh. Think about that. They've got to take a reprieve. And if that's the case, as long as oil prices still go up, petroleum and gas at the pump is still going to go up. All right, looks like Zim beat. Is that what it was? It looks like Zim beat, but did you see the graph? The graph didn't look so good. So I'm wondering if Zim beat, there it is. Lou says, Zim Integrated Services rose almost 5% after the Israeli container liner shipping company posted a forecast beating Q4 performance. So if that's the case, and let's go bring Zim back up. If that's the case, does anybody know what the forward guidance said? Does anybody know what the forward guidance says? So thank you very much for chiming in to let me know that the stock beat earnings. And if this was trending Thursday, I'd show an end of day graph to show you what's going on with the stock. But because this is midday market, I'm only going to show you an intraday graph. But I'm looking at the price falling. I'm wondering if the forward guidance wasn't there, guys. Anybody? Michael says net income for the fourth quarter was $1.7 billion compared to, wow, $366 million in the fourth quarter of 2020. That's, well, not 2020. I'm thinking about 2021. Year-over-year increase of 366%. Man, that's huge. Why is the stock going down? Can anybody tell me? If it was forward guidance? Because I got no indicator for forward guidance, but that normally tells me if a company beat earnings and the stock's price is falling, that most likely it could have been forward guidance. So I'm putting that out there. All right, so I like from that perspective. And remember what I told you, for 99 cents, you can do the same analysis, especially if looking at what sectors, in this case sectors or industries, because I could do the same thing on industries if I wanted to. There's more industries than there are sectors. And do this analysis to see what's moved up the most. 99 cents gets you this kind of analysis. All right, let's go back to the viewers tab. Industry ETFs. I always want to see where the money's going overall throughout the realm of investing. So I've got the S&P indexes across everything: gold, natural gas, utilities, copper, oil, real estate, staples, financial, healthcare, all across the different variances of the market. I'm going to sort by percent price change. And what this does for me, it shows me where the money is going today. Ta-da! Money is going into financials today. They're going into the Trust SBI, the Qs, the communication services. Spiders is up 3%. Materials, real estate, small cap, the S&P 600. The spiders, industrial, healthcare, consumer staples. That's where the money is going. That's where the money is going today. And this is a watch list that I created to give me some semblance of across the spectrum of investing where money is going. So there we go. How cool is that? Adam says, I'm telling everyone, make sure you sell this rally because when CPI comes out tomorrow, all of it will be lost. Again, I ain't going to do that. That's your opinion. I ain't going to do that. I want you to take advantage of what's going on and have stops in place. Because if things go against you, you want to make sure that you're protected. And that's how you're going to stay protected, is having stops in place. Always have stops in place. Lou says, Zim declares $17 a share dividend. $17 a share? Is that right? What does the stock trade at? Hold on a second. You said $17 a share? What does Zim trade at? ZIM? The stock trades at $74 and you saying that it's giving a dividend? I got a dividend of $10. You're saying of $17? Woo-wee, that's huge. Bringing a total annual dividend in 1950. This includes $2.50 per share declared in November. Man, oh man. So now, I don't do this, but I will today. If it's paying that kind of a dividend and the stock looks like that, holy smokes. My dividend showing here, let's go to add parameter, dividend analysis, dividend paid. I got $10. And you're saying that it rose up to $17? That's huge. All right, I got to peep that out. I got $10 here. If it's up to 17, that's huge on the stock. On the stock that's trading at $73, $74. That's huge. All right, that's huge. All right, let me get back to my watch list viewer. What am I up to? On the fly. All right, so this one is a watch list of the companies that are leaving Russia. Last week it was 10 stocks. Today I added 5 more. But even with them pulling out of Russia for the most part, look at on an intraday basis, these companies still making money. These companies still making money. And I'm wondering if they were willing to affect the bottom line. But I'm thinking, are people admiring them? Are people admiring them for pulling out of Russia, still buying into the stock? Think about that. Could be very interesting. How many of you agree with that? How many of you agree that people admiring what these companies have done? Type a 1 in the room if you think so. Admiring what they've done and they're still supporting the company. Type a 1 in the room. If you don't believe that, type a 2 in the room. All right, type a 2 in the room. All right. What did Doug say? Doug says it's probably a special dividend once only. That's huge because, in the VectorVest software on Zim, we got it at $10. But you said 17. That's $7 higher. That's $7 higher. You need to clear your minds if the Fed will back off. Nope, it's the opposite. That's Adam. All right. So I'm curious. A lot of you saying yes, that you think that people are admiring what they've done. I got that a lot. So I got a 0. What does zero mean, Silver? I'm just curious. What does 0 mean? It's interesting. All right. So this list will continue to grow. A couple of stocks that were different this week. I had HSBC, I think IBM. What else did I have? Netflix was new. I think Boeing was new. I don't remember. But this list, Yum Brands, was new. I am going to continue to build this list as this war goes on. All right. Next thing, I always bring to the table some speculative plays, some lower dollar stocks to keep your eyes on. But a lot of these stocks I like because of their setups of opportunities to buy now. So here's 10 stocks that I've given for you today. I'm going to look at the ones that are moving up the most. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to show you why I like these. Now, all these other stocks that are here that are moving up, these are more stocks for you to take a look at. But I'm going to take a look at the graphs of the top 4 moving today. Right click. Now notice out of the top 4, 2 of them are sells, 2 of them are holds. All right, let's go bring up my graph. Now, why do I like these? Because the stocks 3 and the 8 moved across from the day before. They crossed higher. The 3 went above the 8 according to the prior day's close. So I like the setups. Go to out of the gate looked good. Pulled back a little bit. Looks like it might have found a level of support. Let's go bring up the quad thingy, though. Looks like it might have found a level of support and bouncing back up. I'd like to see it take out the high. All right, 3-8 crossed on DMGGF, 51 cents. This is a crypto stock, which is another reason why I liked it. If this space is on the rise, the 3 and the 8 crossed on it. The stock is leveled out, not a ton of volume, so I'd be super careful with this because it doesn't have a ton of volume, but I liked it for 2 reasons. One, if the crypto space is going to be on the rise, the industry should pull the stock's price higher. But number 2, the 3 and 8 crossed from the day before. Steve says, I'm heading to McDonald's right after this show. Actually, I would have done that, but my wife made me an awesome lunch today. Kosh says, also, I think Microsoft and Apple recovery is the easy money and possibly Google and Amazon as well, given huge demand and growth in cloud computing long-term. Curious about your thoughts. Everybody in here knows that my stock of choice all the time is Apple. I still own Apple. It's pulled back. I keep Apple for the dividend, and I keep Apple because it's a darn good stock. So I just hedge my portfolio on Apple when it goes down in price, but that is my good long-term holding. Microsoft is a great company. It was one of the companies that I talked about in the cyber warfare as well. So I like both of them. I do like both of those stocks. Harry says, is there a site that tells you whether upcoming earnings report right before? Yeah, look at a site. It's free, but then if you want detailed information, super detailed information, you got to pay for it. That's Earnings Whisperer, earningswhisperer.com. That's a good site. Or Google, sites for earnings information, and you can find it as well. How do you like MFA? I haven't looked at it. Michael, you gave me a lot of stocks. You gave me a few stocks. You gave me ENR. You gave me CYH. And remember, I got to give some room for other people, Michael. I got to do that. Colin says Google is looking good because of the split in June and no known issues with the company. Google is another company that I like. A lot of tech companies I like. And a lot of these stocks are in the Dow and the S&P 500. So I'm with you. A lot of these tech stocks, these companies that you've given, I do like them. Be careful with FBRX. I like the move out of the gate in a channel, pulling back right now. If I'm looking at these speculative plays, I do like, as long as you can break above that level of resistance. I'm still with this blockchain stock, as long as you can break above that level of resistance. Even though the 3-8 cross on EQOS, it's pulling back, and FBRX is still okay as long as it stays in the channel, but I'd like to see the breakout above that level of resistance. All right, today's big movers. Did I not put one up there? I might not have. I did. Did I not? I don't think that, this is last week. I don't think I created one. So I'm going to show you how I create the list. I'm going to show, maybe I did that inadvertently. I'm going to show you how I create the list of today's big movers. I go to the unit search tool, and I go to searches price volume, and I go look at the daily boomers % price change. And again, for any of you who are in the Jockey Club, I created an offshoot of that for day trading. I won't show you guys that unless you are part of the Jockey Club. But in the software itself, I can always find stocks who are greater than $2 that are up at least 10%, who are at least up 10%, and it's sorted by the stocks that are up the most at the time. So I'm going to bring up the top 5. I'm going to run it. All right, that's what this search does. Stocks that are greater than $2 that are up at least 10%, boom, There they are. Bumble was a story that I did today. Kano was a story that I did today. But here's the top 5 moving stocks that are greater than $10. Greater than $2 that are up at least 10%. So that's how I find the stocks. And again, as a subscriber to the VectorVest software, you can do this every single day. What about Hood? I don't know about Hood. I got to do some more research on it to give you a better answer. On the fly, I'm going to tell you I don't know about Hood. I don't know enough to tell you yay or nay on Hood, Bo. All right? I won't do that. One thing I will never do is blow smoke where it don't belong, and I won't tell you anything that I don't know. All right, unless I take a look at the stock and do some research on the stock, I don't know what I can tell you about Hood. All right, I'm going to right-click on the stocks that are moving up the most, and let's go see if there's opportunities in regards to that. So look at Direct Digital, nicely gapped up this morning, pulled back a little bit, never fully faded the gap, sat sideways, now moving, making new highs today throughout the session on good volume. I like that. Now, when I can look at any stock that's moving up and giving me an opportunity to not chase it, but still get a buying opportunity, this is exactly what I'm looking for. This is exactly what I'm looking for. The 3 and the 8 intraday, breaking through resistance on good volume, that's what I'm looking for. And that way I don't feel like I'm chasing the stock. Wow, look at that stock move. And it's already up in excess of 140% today. And intraday, I'm still looking at a possible buying opportunity. Look at this bar coming in right now. Look at this bar coming in right now. There's my average volume, which is, I believe, a 20-day moving average of volume or 20 period. Look at it. Still, as it's moving above that, I like this play from a day trade perspective right now. Woof. All right. Tabula says, if you're having money problems, I feel sad for you, son. I got 99 cents in being rich ain't one. I like that. Hey, Joey, you like that?
Yep.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Now that I'm with VectorVest. I like that. I like that. Look at that move. So this was looking at the big movers for the day, how I do it, how I find them. And intraday, look at that. Ooh, look at that give back. You know what that's called? That's called profit taking. You know what the move up is for? FOMO, fear of missing out. That's what's fighting out right now. Profit taking, moving along with fear of missing out because the volume is there. That's what's happening on this 5-minute bar right now. Good. Googly muggly. All right. What else is in my list? Let's go bring up the quad thingy. Am I in quad thingy mode? Nope. I'm in quad thingy mode now. So that one has got some action going on right now. Lights, camera, action. That's right. Sorry, Miss Jackson. You remember that song too? Joey's not down with hip hop. He's not. He's sure not down with hip hop. Do you run the Daily Boomer after the open? Charles, in the Jockey Club, we run it before the open and we run it after the open as well. All right, we run it after the open as well. Now, Bill says, I'm very nervous about buying stocks with a huge one-day increase. Then don't. Then absolutely don't. Remember, one day doesn't make a trend. If you're not comfortable pulling the trigger on a stock today, then don't. All right, then absolutely don't. That is a shooting star right there, Energy. On an intraday basis, that is a shooting star. If that wick closes on the 5-minute candle that way, that becomes a shooting star. But the candle, 5-minute candle, is not done yet. Jeremy says, good googly muggly. No, you said it wrong, Jeremy. It's good googly muggly. Muggly. All right, good googly muggly. Roger says DRCT has only been listed for 2 weeks. Is that the case? Remember, I'm not looking at end of day data here. And if that's the case right now, then you're right, Roger. I'm only looking at the intraday data from a trade perspective. I didn't do any homework. These are trades. The big movers are trades. Absolutely, Roger. There's no homework on these. And so what I'm looking for is possible day trades on these. And it looks like that's the only one. Bumble right now is pulling off of the session highs. Kano pulled back, got a level of support, but not really moving higher. And ASTS moving back up, I need that to take out the level of the high. The only stock that had any action going on while we were watching it live is DRCT. All right. HMY. Nope, I'm not looking at individual stocks. You talk about that's gold stock, Harmony Gold. I'm not looking at individual stocks. I got enough to cover for you here today. Muggly. There you go. Good, googly, muggly. All right, what else is in my list of things to cover today? Wall Street bet stocks. I always look at the top 12 Wall Street bet stocks. A lot of stuff coming down the pipe, talking about Wall Street bets. A lot of stuff coming down the pipe with Gensler or the DOJ, not even the SEC, the DOJ looking into the practices of short selling and how that's manipulating a lot of these meme stocks, especially GME and AMC. I'm up on the news on it. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm bringing. I'm up on the news on it. But a lot of stocks that, and I only look at the top 12 WSB stocks, and 10 out of the 12 are moving up. Bed Bath & Beyond is moving down, and Mosaic is moving down. But GME is up today. AMC is up today. Palantir, which I still love as a stock, it just needs to come into its own. Beachbody, I'm working on mine right now. Shopify, and again, some of these stocks may be in my list for the Friday's videos. If you want to find out if your stock is one of the stocks that I'm looking at from your request, you got to watch the video. I've got my 5 stocks. I'm going to mention the people on the video who gave me those stocks. And again, for me to see those stocks, you need to go not here. You need to go to any one of the videos that I've put out recently. Go to the comment section and type in your stock there. That's where I'm getting the stocks from. I'm not getting them from the live ones here. I need you to watch one of the videos that I've done, and in the comments, put your stock. That's where I'm compiling my list from. Adam says, when you do a quick test, what puts the top stocks in the list of the VST? When I do a quick list, the stocks that show up that have the best combination of value, safety, timing show up in the list. They don't show up by the percentage move. They show up by if I do a quick test of these stocks, it'll show by how these stocks are already sorted. In this case, this is sorted by percentage price change. All right. And last but not least, I got one more list today that I put out for you is the crypto stocks. Here's 15 crypto stocks that we have within the VectorVest software for you. And just for the main part, look at that. Out of the 15 stocks, the majority of them are moving up on today's news. All right. So the question is, do you buy cryptocurrency or a crypto stock? The choice is yours. If I'm looking at something to get into, maybe you look at an ETF like BITO. $26. Maybe you play the whole space in one ticker symbol. BITO is one way to go. All right. So with all of that being said, do I do it this way now? Do I go back to this one? I go back to this one, right? Okay, no, Joey put it up. All right. So let's go to the home page. Right, there we go. I still love this. And Joey, we'll talk about the moving version of this, whether that's good, bad, or indifferent. I want to say thank you guys today for being here. Thank you for the input. I always love getting the input for you guys because it makes for conversation here, keeps it just for me to just yapping my trap or talking. So just keeping all of that in mind. So why you change your way you rate the quick test, meaning you can change it to RV, best RS. No, the whole idea, Adam, of doing the quick test is to test those stocks, how well they've done over the time period. That's the whole idea of the quick test, nothing more than that. Energy says, you got a new subscriber. Thank you, Energy. I appreciate that. Folks, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, hit the subscribe button. If you want access to all of the things that I have access to, Again, go to that website, www.vectorvest.com/YT. 99 cents gets you access to just about everything that I've done here. Everything that I've done here from a perspective of analyzing individual stocks, looking at where the money is going as far as industries or sectors, which sectors have gone up the most, all of that stuff. You have access to it for 99 cents. All right, so what brings the top 10 up? What do you mean? You talking about in the viewers tab? Let's go to the, you talk about here, if I go to the stock viewer, if I go to the stock viewer, what brings up the top 10 stocks or top whatever number of stocks I'm looking at? I'll bring that, how come that won't let me change it? What the flying flip is going on? Why won't it let me change it? That's all right. I'll worry about that later. We look at the top stocks by value, safety, and timing. Something ain't right. What ain't right? That is, why won't it let me move? Wow, that's interesting. Anyway, the stocks in the database. No, because I'm looking at petroleum. Yeah, something. I'm missing something. This ain't right. Stock viewer 39. That's correct. I don't know why. I got to find out what's something ain't right. Anyway, when I look at a top group of stocks, whether it's stock viewer or whatever, it's sorted by our master indicator VST. So that's what it is. Energy says already subscribed with someone named Kim. Oh, somebody. All right. So with that, now, Joey, put me back on the other screen because I got it all jacked up. All right. With all of that, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. Joey, thank you very much for this new animation. I love it. And I think that we're definitely going to keep it. We'll talk about the moving background or not. We're definitely going to keep, this is the stuff that you want to look at. You know, you want to look at, how do I do it? Yeah. You want to look at our traffic light into the market, what's going on, what indices and what sectors are moving. I love this. I love this. All right. Steve says, thanks, Glenn. Your analysis and insight are spot on and your humor keeps it rolling. There you go. I appreciate that. My job is not to push you towards any stocks. My job is designed to help you guys make better decisions with the tool known as VectorVest. You'll hear me say it again, that we do the work, you reap the rewards, all right? And I got the best producer on the planet who keeps, there it is, and that's what Joey wanted, Asif. That's exactly, there you go, Joey. You need to say something because that's exactly what Joey wanted to have, right, Joey? That's exactly. So, Asif, you just made Joey's day. You just made Joey's day. All right, like a weatherman needing to figure out where the point. Yeah, I know. I'm working on that. I'm so working on that. And if you look at today, we're going to be at 70 degrees. And then tomorrow, we got a cold front coming in. And it's going to go down to 50 degrees. You want to bring your jacket out because it's going to be pretty cold. But if your evening activities are going on, don't cancel them. You're just going to need to bundle up. There you go. Hey, Joey, could I be a weatherman? Okay. With that, folks, getting ready to sign off. Adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii. Bom dia, salam, shalom, namaste, yasu. Until next time, folks, see ya.